Hey, welcome in everyone to the Game or Die Show. My name is Ryan Moore, and I don't know what I want to play, so I think we're just going to play a bunch of different games. I wanted to play something, and I was scrolling through, and I went, you know what? I haven't played Wreckfest in a while, so let's go ahead and play some Wreckfest, and then maybe we'll jump into some Crimson Desert or Tropico. Who knows where the night might take us. So let's just jump right in. But before we do, grab a little sippy of your sip stuff, crack an ice cold one open with the boys, and cheers. There you go. All right, let's jump right into Wreckfest. Howdy, Shakti. How are you doing? Hopefully everything is going well on your end. And let's jump into some Wreckfest, man. I haven't played this game in a while. It's been a few months at least, so I'm excited to see what the updates have brought. So this game is still being in early access, so there's not a whole lot to it. Work in progress on the upgrades, you can see. And crap your car. What does that mean? Design guidelines? Oh, okay. So we can design it. Nice. All right. I'm glad you're doing well. All right. So let's... hello, Nicholas. How are you doing? Welcome in. So we've got a few more. Wow. They've actually jumped into a lot more stuff. So this is great. Ooh, man, this is great. The house is going well. It is currently raining right now. We're in the middle of a little Easter storm, so that's nice. And you know what? Let's do Waypoint Race, Crash Canyon. I don't think I've played this one yet, so we'll jump right into it. But yeah, everything's going well so far and can't complain. I'm really excited to jump into this game again after not playing it for maybe at least 6 months or so. And it looks like they've actually updated it quite a lot, which is great. It's always nice to come back to this game. Oh man, I love how close the camera starts off. Like, you can obviously change it, but I love that like super close to the car feeling. Oh, that's so good. Arsenio, how are you doing? Welcome in. How's everyone's Easter weekend treating them? We had a really relaxing, kind of just chill Saturday, man. Like, we really didn't do a whole lot because of the rain. So we just kind of hung outside in the house. I played a few hours of Crimson Desert, which was nice. Maybe we'll play a little bit more of that later tonight. And yeah, dude, it's just kind of been a very oh my gosh. Holy crap. Yes. It's been a very relaxing weekend, which honestly, one of the most relaxing weekends I've had in quite a while. It seems like every day we're doing something else, and today, not really, man. We just kind of hung out. It was great. Dude, this game is... Oh, crap. I destroyed that dude, that bot 16. Oh, we gotta go back all the way that we just came, of course. Hey, welcome in. But yeah, I'm really kind of not sure what we're gonna do tomorrow. It's Easter, which means everyone is closed and everyone's hanging out with family. But my family's not really doing anything this year. So probably not going to go do anything big or anything like that. And then we live in a very small rural town, so everything is closed. Like, legit everything. Hey, Curry, how are you doing? Welcome in. How is everything going with you? Man, this game, I've always loved this stuff. Like, the game itself, Bugbear, can do no... Oh, my gosh. Can do no wrong. Everything that they do is just perfect. It's great. It's fantastic. Hey, Delfino, how are you doing? Welcome into the stream, my friend. Oh man, yeah, I used to love Flat Out 2, and I'm really excited for Flat Out VR. Like, just super, super excited. Everything that they touch is pretty much golden. And I was really excited about Wreckfest. I grabbed it in early access in 2014, and the game took few years. It took 3 years to come out of early access in 2017. But oh my gosh, dude, it was so good. And hearing that they finally were coming and doing a new game with Wreckfest 2, I was like, dude, sign me up, I'm on board. But it was really bare bones when they launched it last year. So it looks like there's a lot more to it now, which I'm really excited about. The controls, the graphics, everything seems rock solid, like a really good skeleton of game. And then you just got to add more stuff, right? And so it seems like they finally started going, okay, we've got the skeleton, we've got everything going the way that we need to go. But now we need to add content. And it looks like they've been adding content. Hey, how am I? I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? That is always nice to actually have someone comment and say, hey, how's it going? I appreciate that. Where are we driving to? I don't know where the waypoint is. It looks like it's this way. Here we go. Don't know why everyone was crowding around the other way. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hey, there we go. Look at that. And I drove away. How am I in 22 out of 20? Am I going the right? There we go. That's the way we need to go. Crap. Oh, gosh. Oh, man. How do we no, we don't want to restart. We just need to reset. How do we reset? Okay, it's just going to do it for me. Okay, good. I was wondering how we were going to get that new camera angle. You're new? Thank you. Thank you for being new. Man. Okay, so everyone's down here. I don't know what happened to everyone else. They're just kind of, it looks like they're kind of driving everywhere. Like the AI is kind of a little bit busted and broken, but that's okay. That's what AI does, man. It gets a little bit... Oh, I'm going the wrong way. I'm going the wrong way, my friend. Let's go back this way. It's kind of rough because I don't know this map yet, so I don't know where all the checkpoints are, and it doesn't do a very good job once you kind of get past the first few checkpoints. Ah, crap. So it says press reset. I'm not really sure how to do that. It resets on its own, but if you press reset, which is the reset button, it's like the Simpsons joke. Oh, tab. Where's the tab button? I like a refreshing tab. Or press the any key. Which one's the any key? That's the joke. You like the live chat? Well, thank you. I like live chat too. Again, a button, please. Press reset. Do we need to actually restart the race? I think we might actually have to. Oh, I think it's X. I think it's X. Oh man, my car is not doing so hot. It is barely hanging on with a thread, and I keep ruining it. Oh man. Hey, I didn't have to press reset that time. That's good. Okay, so where is this infamous checkpoint? It says we're going the right way. Oh, there's the smoke. There's the smoke. I see it. I got it. It's all good. Oh, crap. No, it's not. Okay, so reset is X. Press the X button to reset. Supporting small YouTubers? Well, thank you. I am very small. I only have like a couple hundred subscribers, so anyone who wants to click the subscribe button, that helps me out immensely. I pretty much stream every night for a few hours from 11 p.m. Central onward, and man, I used to own a video game store back in the late 2000s. I've been to a bunch of industry events and E3 and all that stuff when that was going on back in the late 2000s. Oh, man. Oh, I thought it was going to crash, so it's good that I finished the race and it didn't crash, but I failed, and that's upsetting. All right, let's do another one. Let's do a different race. Dirt and Glory. Let's try that one. I love these types of tracks. These are my favorites. Like, too open. Like, that one is just kind of like way too open. But this one, ooh, and it's a Miata? Ooh, all right. That is the first car that I ever learned how to drive on, was a Mazda Miata. Man. I'm getting pretty big... I know it sounds weird to say this, pretty big Gran Turismo vibes right now because of the Mazda Miata. Was it Gran Turismo 3, I think, or Gran Turismo 2 that you start off in a Miata? Can't remember which one, but yeah, I learned how to drive on a Mazda Miata when I was 14, 15. Stick shift, which was crazy. It definitely does look better than the first one, that's for sure. For sure. But dude, Wreckfest 1 is no slouch. Wreckfest 1 looks really good even today. When it first started becoming in development in early access in 2014 and then saw a 1.0 release in 2017. Like, dude, that game is 9+ years old. Technically, way more than that. What would that be? Like 12 years old? It's a 12-year-old game, and it looks fairly similar to this. Like, if we loaded up Wreckfest 1, it would look very similar to this. That's how good this engine is, and how beautiful the graphics are. This is my biggest fault on racing games, is I pretty much hold down the accelerator the entire time. I very rarely ever use gas, if ever. Brake might as well not exist. And then the secret to doing well in Wreckfest or flat out games, you throttle, you feather the throttle. You use a light touch and then you let off of it and kind of press it down a little bit. Like, you almost have to pump it in a way. And that will allow you to kind of move better around the corners without sliding and drifting. As cool as drifting is, it really kills your momentum. It's when my wife drives. Nah. My wife is a great driver. She's much safer than me, that's for sure. I have a pretty heavy lead foot. But that's because I used to drive a lot of big cars. Like, I would always drive very big, heavy cars, like vans and things like that. Trucks, vans. We have a Hummer. And so, like, with the Hummer, dude, you have to press down on the gas to get that thing to go. But once it goes, it's like a tank. It just barrels through everything, which is super fun. Man, I love that thing. The Hummer is like one of my favorite cars that I own. But it's kind of a lemon. it's oh crap, dude. Did I die? What happened? Why did everything go black? There we go. Okay. Hey, Eric. How are you doing? Welcome into the stream, Eric. What's up, Nightmare? Sorry, I did not see that. I did not see that was you. Sorry. Man, this is my favorite camera angle in this game. Just like the super really close. I want a action movie with this camera angle as like the main angle. Like, or a racing movie. You know what movie I haven't seen that I've heard really, really good things about? The F1 movie with Brad Pitt. Love me some Brad Pitt. I will watch pretty much anything that Brad Pitt is in. I don't know why. I just always have really liked him as a person, as an actor. And he's always, and this is what I love about Brad Pitt, I think most of all, is he's always picked really interesting roles. He's not an actor that does stuff willy-nilly. He knows his worth as an actor, and he picks the things that really speak to him and really interest him. And I think more actors should do that. Yeah, it's a paycheck, and yeah, you can kind of just phone it in for a lot of stuff, and a lot of actors do that. You were just watching Seven last... Oh, dude, Seven's so good. Seven's phenomenal. What's in the box? I remember when I first watched Seven, I could barely stomach it. But it's such an interesting movie. And it is so, like, just psychological that even though it was, like, kind of, like, there's the whole Seven Deadly Sins and it's very grotesque, it kept pulling me in. It kept making me stay and watch it, even though, like, I had to wince and kind of look away at some scenes. This was back in the day. Like, this was 2002, 2003 maybe. I was in high school or right out of high school. But, man, I love that movie. And just coming from a like David Fincher, dude, anything David Fincher does. He's one of those film auteurs that, again, just has such a interesting style that you really, really have to just stop and take notice. And that's what drives me to those types of filmmakers, is they know what they're doing. They're a master at their craft. And I think the word master or masterpiece, mastercraft, and all that is really thrown around way, way, way too lightly. However, when you do actually find someone like a Tarantino, a David Fincher, David Lynch, where they have such a unique style and they don't veer from that too much. It's something that I strive to do, but I feel like I try to have an overall style, but I also like trying a lot of different stuff too. Like when I film something, I'm usually going, okay, what would make this interesting to me? And I like trying a lot of different stuff. But when I go to a Tarantino film, you know what you're going to get. You go to a Rodriguez film, you know Robert Rodriguez is going to bring certain things to his films. And man, dude, I keep hitting this. You know what you're going to get with them. And it's always something really interesting. And like I said, they're a master. They have full control of what they're doing. They don't feel like they're flying by the seat of their pants, which I think a lot of people just do. Seven was in 95, yeah. Yeah, I came to that, I mean, dude, I was 10 in 95. So, I did not see Seven at 10 years old. I saw a lot of movies that I shouldn't have, but Seven was not one of them. I saw it in high school, so a few years after. But like I said, like, early 2000s. You're back now? All right, cool. No worries. Thanks for coming back. I appreciate it. I'm trying to remember the last time I saw 7. I can't think of the last time I saw 7. It must have been like 2014, 2015 maybe. So it's been like at least a decade since I saw 7 last. That I think might require another viewing because it's just so well done. And let me say, what did you miss? Nothing. Just hanging out, talking about Brad Pitt and different types of movies. That's all. You're just missing really fun conversations. And that's the beauty of YouTube. You can always pause and rewind and go back. And the VODs are always up on YouTube afterwards too, so no worries. One thing I'll say though is I'm really bummed out because I love Kevin Spacey as an actor. He always really interested me too. Like, I didn't get to ever watch more than the first episode of House of Cards, but when that show was on, holy crap, that was a Lost style event TV show. And then all that stuff happened with him. He got canceled, and it was just like, oh crap, dude, how are they gonna navigate this show? And I think they killed him off, right? They killed off his character or something like that. And it was such a bummer because it seemed really, really like a very interesting show, and I wanted to watch it at some point. Anything special that I did while you were gone? Nope. We're just driving. I've flipped the car a few times. I'm not the best, but I'm starting to get a little bit better. Hey, I'm in third place, so that ain't bad. We're on the last lap. We'll get into see, now I'm learning to slow down on that turn and not flip the car. Oh, I love this camera angle, dude. Just solid. And third place. I'll take it. Hey, cheers. I like racing games, as do I. I love racing games. That's why we're playing this, man. Oh, nice. Okay, so challenge. Finish first. That's impossible. Finish in the top 3. We did that one. Finish in the top 3 for Motorhome Mayhem. Let's do it. We were going to do multiplayer madness tonight. I'm going to try and kind of really stick to the schedule in the next coming week or two. But it just seemed like no one's showing up for multiplayer madness, so kind of putting the kibosh on that again. We'll try and stick to it next week, but we'll see. I'll try to do a better job of advertising it. That is the one thing that I'm really not doing too great on right now, is the advertising of the streams, even though they're nightly, you know. But that's okay. We'll get back to normal. It's been a really weird last few months. Come on. Okay, good. You know, supporting streamers hanging out, as do I. I appreciate you hanging out with me. Thank you very much. Whoa. And yeah, today was super weird. I had like a bunch of stuff that I was going to do. I started working on it, and then it was getting a little bit warm in the studio here. And so I was going to take a little bit of a break. And then I noticed that there's wasps starting to show up. And so I had to kind of spray down the areas where wasps are starting to come in. And so I was like, oh, I'll take a little bit of a break, let that, kind of just dissipate. And then it just started pouring for the rest of the day, man. Like, it's just been raining the entire rest of the day and evening. Oh, I don't like this way. This way, don't like it. And I got bot 29. Yeah, get out of my way, dude. Well, I appreciate you watching live streams of me and being here. Thank you very much. I will say that my wife and I, we haven't been watching a lot of movies lately, and we were talking about watching Passion of the Christ this weekend. I've always had a hard time with that movie. It is just, it's so, it's real. It's just a hard movie to watch. But every year, you know, it's Easter, like you want to watch it, and it's like, I don't know. I just have such a hard time watching it. So we ended up watching just a little bit of TV before we started kind of doing our own thing and getting ready for the evening. We have been watching the new series or the new season of Scrubs, because it's not a reboot. It's a continuation. It's a legacy sequel, I guess you would call it. And man, it feels exactly like the first 8 seasons of Scrubs. It feels like they never went away, and it's awesome. It's so, so good. All I want to do is watch more of it, and there's only, what, like 6 or 7 episodes right now. I'm sure I know there's going to be more. They haven't finished the season yet. But waiting an entire week for one new 20-minute episode is just the worst thing in the world. I'm so mad that we got away from streaming, or we got away from, what do you call it? The cable, like, interface and how we watch TV, right? Everyone cut the cable. And then we just went right back to it. Like, that was the best thing about streaming, was you can binge watch. Binge watching was like the best thing in the world. You can watch an entire series or season, would drop all at once. You'd watch it in a weekend. Everyone would talk about it and have that great, experience. And then we'd move on with our lives. But now we're back to dragging out series and seasons throughout multiple months. Ah, crap. I knew that was going to happen. And I'm in second place. Now I'm in 4th. At least that guy got busted up. Oh, dude, are you kidding? Right at the very end? But hey, I got second. Thank you, Kiefer. I appreciate the belief in me. Thank you. All right, school run. Finish in top 3. Let's do it. And I believe we're a school bus. But I'm so sad that, like, TV nowadays is just TV, like schedules, and I've been saying this for years, and people are finally starting to catch on, but we're waiting years for 8 episodes of TV when we were getting 24-ish episodes of TV every handful of months. Like, twice a year, we were getting 24 episode seasons. Like, you go back, like, we watch a lot of, like, older TV, and so, like, we watch Frasier. Oh crap, dude. Oh, I got reamed. Oh, well, that guy got it worse. He's way worse off. We watch Frasier and Cheers and, Friends and all that stuff. And those seasons are 24 episodes long, And now we're getting 8 episode seasons every 3 years. It's insane. It's insanity. I don't get it. I'm gonna need to restart this. I'm in 14th place. It's a little hard to do this cross section when you just got buses just like, dude, double teaming me like that. Like, come on. Oh my gosh. Your live makes me feel better since other live streamers are not that hang out in Chile. Well, I appreciate that. I try to have my streams. That's how my streams are. They're just hang out and we're going to have some fun. We're going to talk about movies, TV shows, video games, comics, you know, kind of all the fun interests of life. And just have fun while playing video games, man. Because video games are the best. It might not seem like it sometimes. It might seem like video games kind of suck. And yes, there have been definite eras, especially right now, with AAA space being just kind of really not good. But on the whole, dude, video games are so awesome. Like, just sit down and play a game for a while, and if you find the right games, that's the hardest part of... Oh, I got a flat tire, crap. That's the hardest part of all of this, is finding the right game. Because if you find a game that you can sink 5 to 8 hours in and not even blink, like you go, holy crap, it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. Are you kidding? Like, that's just such a special feeling. Yeah, dude, Frasier is awesome. I love Frasier. It's funny, too, because I never watched that show. I've never seen that show up until a few years ago. My old Discord that I ran, that I technically still run, they were talking about it, and I said, really? Isn't that like an older show? And they're like, yeah, it's based off of, you know, the character Frasier and Cheers and all this. And I went, okay, it's good. It always seemed like a mom and dad type of show, right? When I was younger, when that show was on in the late 90s or like mid 90s, you know, again, I was 15, 18 years old in high school, and it seemed like a TV show that was geared towards moms and dads. So I never watched it. But now that I'm married and all this stuff, I was talking about it, and my wife was like, what happened was I was on a business trip. I was traveling in California, and I was sitting in a hotel, and I had a bunch of Discord people talking about it, and I said, you know what? Maybe I'll just watch it. I'm so bored. I have nothing to do in this hotel room. I'll watch Frasier. And so I started watching it, and it took maybe about 3 or 4 episodes for me to really kind of get into it. You know, like with any older TV show, especially first few episodes, they're trying to find their footing. But it started like really clicking with me, and then I ended up just loving it. And so on the way back, I was getting on the plane, and I was talking to my wife. I'm like, yeah, I'm watching this TV show called Frasier. It's about a psychiatrist and, you know, all this. And so she started looking it up, and she said, oh, that looks interesting. I'm going to watch an episode or two. And so by the time I got home, she was like 5 episodes deep, and she's like, I really like this show. Can we continue watching it together? And I went, yeah. So we started watching it together, and it became our favorite show. Like, it's our chill out, you know, our cozy show, if you will, where if we're having a bad day, we don't want to watch anything, we have no idea what to turn on. Like, most people like would put on something like Friends. We put on Frasier, and man, dude, that show, we know it like the back of our hand now. We've gone through the series like maybe 5 times at this point in the last like 4 years. Like, that's how much we love that show, and it's fantastic. And a lot of guest stars, too, yeah. Especially in the later seasons. I did appreciate, too, and it was funny because originally, like I said, I didn't watch that, and I never watched Cheers. Again, that was a much more of an adulty type of show when I was younger and when it was airing. I mean, dude, Cheers was the 80s, right? So I didn't watch Cheers yet. So we watched Frasier, and we knew that Cheers was like the main jumping off point, and Frasier was a spin-off show. So we decided to watch Cheers afterwards. And so we watched Cheers, and we're like, oh, dude, this is actually really good too. We really like the characters in that, like Norm. So we were watching We were watching Cheers after we finished Frasier, and we got this cat. Like, my wife's coworker had this like little baby cat that she found behind the store she worked at, and like the mother abandoned it or whatever, so she was taking care of it. She knew that my wife loved cats, and so she said, "Hey, do you want to take in this cat?" My wife asked me, and I said, "Yeah, let's do it. You know, we could always use another cat." And so we took in this cat, and we're watching Cheers. So we decided to name our cat Norm after Norm Peterson. Hey, I got third. Look at that. When you talk about Frasier, you always do better. When you're a kid, you love fantasy games. What is your favorite fantasy game? Do you like Final Fantasy or JRPGs in general? I'm not a huge JRPG fan, but I like a few of them. It's funny, my wife and I gotten kind of like a... What would you call it? We gotten, not an argument or a discussion, but we were talking about JRPGs, and she really likes JRPGs. She loves Final Fantasy. Like, she has really good memories of Final Fantasy. I never really got into Final Fantasy, but I said Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger is the only JRPG that I actually really, really like. And that's what it was. It was because we were talking about the term RPG, standing for role-playing game. And if you really think about it, that term is kind of dumb. That genre is kind of dumb. Because if you think about it, pretty much any character-based game is a role-playing game, because you're inhabiting a character or a role, right, of the character. You're playing the role of the character, and it just kind of doesn't equate. So, like, I started explaining to her, like, RPG actually means more of a blank slate character that you level up and you go through the story, but you kind of play the role, like, you make up the character's traits, and you put in experience points into what you want. So you kind of craft the character itself. And that was one of the things that my wife really was like, so JRPG, but like in Final Fantasy, you have a character and you're not really doing a whole lot of like crafting the character's personality or anything like that. And I said, yes, this is why I've always really disliked the term role-playing game for those types of games like Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger, because it doesn't actually mean what it is. And even today, I got into a little bit of a discussion with someone else talking about genres and how, what was it? I'm trying to remember. Oh, immersive sim. The term immersive sim is redundant. And I said, I don't like that term because it's basically saying a simulator that is immersive, which is inherently what a simulation of a task or job or whatever that you're doing in a simulator type thing is. It's immersive by nature. And so immersive sim is just kind of dumb. It's a bad genre name. And if you've ever watched me before, you know how I feel about genres in the names of genres. And so it was just one of those things that kind of snowballed from there. But yeah, role-playing games, they need to be named something else, man. And especially now, because everything's co-opted that. Every game has RPG mechanics, which basically mean leveling up. That's what 2026 RPG means. RPG in 2026 just means you have stats and like a skill tree, and you put experience points into those different categories. And you level up. That's all RPG means nowadays. And so it's just kind of like misusing the terminology, which is like one of my big pet peeves. My target time is 43, man. I gotta get better. It would help if I actually paid attention. 45? Okay. We're gonna do this. Like number blocks? Yeah. Exactly. Come on, come on. I gotta concentrate. I need to make this time. I think I'm just supposed to get the target time. And so if I don't do it, I will be here forever. So I'm really trying hard to do better on this. Maybe we'll take just a couple shortcuts. Yeah, I was always bad at math type games. Every game that required, oh dude, just I don't know if I'm going to be able to do this one, man. Not right now unless I really concentrate. If I concentrate, I could get it. I can guarantee you. Hey, Santiago. How are you doing? Is the cat that I was talking about Norm? Oh yeah, Norm's doing great. It's funny, it's a girl cat, but we named her Norm because we were watching Cheers. But Norm's doing fantastic. She's a plump little fat kitty. And I mean, we have 6 cats. We have 6 cats, 6 dogs, a bunch of ducks. What else do we have? Tortoise. Oh, I was going to take my tortoise out today. So it was funny. I put it in the Discord the other day. What was it, on Friday? Yesterday? We're cleaning out my tortoise's cage. His name is Rex. And cleaning it out. And I let him out for, just like a little walk in the yard. And so he's sitting there munching on grass, climbing around rocks. Somehow we have a cactus, like just one lone cactus. And tortoises actually really like cactus, so he was hanging out by that the entire time. And I threw it up in the Discord, and man, it was just so fun watching him. But yeah, we have a little farm, so we have like 30-something animals. Chickens, ducks, geese, we have turkeys on our property, but not our own. They're not pet turkeys. We have a possum that comes by every once in a while. I named him Lester. Okay, if I don't get it now, I think I'm just going to back out because I don't want to do this track anymore. I'll come back later. Norm is kind of a great name. Yeah, Norm's a great name. Oh, dude, 44. Yeah. Here, let's retire from this. I'll come back to this at some other point. 6 cats is crazy. Yes, it is. Our house and our farm is quite crazy with animals. Back out to the main menu. Beat the clock, man. Yeah, I have to focus on those time attack ones, and when I'm sitting here streaming and talking, it's hard to really focus and like tell stories. So I'll do that later. Let's move on to another one. All right. There we go. Yeah, this is what I want. I want more of a just all-out brawl of a racer. And that's what I think Wreckfest does really, really well. Just give me all the car action. The ramming, the bumping, the fenders flying off, the paint scratching. Oh, come on. I could have gotten out in front of that if I didn't get sandwiched in there. I wonder what their music is going to be in this game. Because Wreckfest 1 actually had a decent amount of tracks. There's one really, really good musical track in Wreckfest 1 that I've always loved. And it's funny, too, because every time I stream Wreckfest, every time I talk about the music, everyone's like, oh, dude, the Wreckfest music's crap. And I like go, listen to this. And sometimes I'll play that music or whatever. And it is just so good. It's called Gasoline. If you look up the Wreckfest soundtrack and you play Gasoline, that's a good song. That is a solid good song. Can't remember the band name, but I know the name is Gasoline. It's like the lyrics are, what you want, I'll be there, I'll pour gasoline, gasoline, something like that. Like talking about, it sounds like it's almost like a breakup song. And aren't all the good songs breakup songs? You have a puppy and his name's Oreo? Oh, that's cute. It's white and brown. That is an adorable name for a puppy. We have a cat, and he's a black... We have several black and white cats. It's the tuxedo cat is my wife's favorite type of cat. So we have Norm, who's black and white. Marshmallow, who's black and white. Tortellini, who's black and white. And Master Bruce, who's black and white, but he's mostly white with a full black tail and a full black mask of on his head. And we got him from not a shelter, but like a cat place. And he was the one, his name was Batman. And we're like, I don't want to name a cat Batman. Like, that's too on the nose. And there's a reason, because his whole face looks like the Batman mask, where it's just his mouth that is white, but it's all black on his face. And then the rest of his body and mouth are white. And then his tail's black, kind of like a cape. And so I said, I don't want to name him Batman. It's too on the nose. And my wife said, well, what about, like, does Batman have any other names? I'm like, well, Bruce Wayne. She's like, we could call him Bruce. And I was like, yeah, but I want something a little bit more fun than just Bruce, because Bruce is just a name. And she says, well, does anyone call him something else? And I said, well, Alfred says Master Bruce, because he's his butler and stuff. And she said, I like Master Bruce. That's kind of a cool name. And I said, yes, it is. Let's call him Master Bruce. So his full name is Master Bruce. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I love racing games. Oh, what? I failed because I got second place? Come on now. Come on now. By what? A little over 1 second. Bot number 10. Well, again, I want to keep things fresh and stuff, so we'll jump into a little Cannon Hill Skirmish. I didn't even see what the thing was. That's fine. Cannon Hill Skirmish. Yeah, it was kind of a weird thing. I was sitting here just a little bit before going live, and I said, I really, really want to stream something, but I don't know what I want to stream. So I figured we'll play a little bit of Wreckfest. Once we're done with this, we'll jump into something else. So I got a few extra other things. But, yeah. This feels right. I love racing games, and I don't play enough of them on stream, unfortunately. I just kind of forget about it. I miss my grandparents. I wish I had grandparents still. Oh, I even recently talked about my grandma the other day on stream. That was fun. Haven't thought about her in a while. Okay. We need to... Oh, dude, it says finish first. Come on. What are they doing? Finishing first is like a pretty heavy lofty goal there, like right off the bat. I don't know this track. Never played it before. I don't know this car very well. The physics are a little crazy because it's so small. You know what? I might have played this track before, but like months ago. I love the chaos in the tires. It's such a great thing about these games is just all the little destruction, all the physics. Games need more of that, man. They need more of it. What's up, Zephylar? How are you doing, dude? They need way, way, way more just destructible environments. Is what I was thinking about with Crimson Desert. Like, Crimson Desert does a really good job of destructible environments. Like, I took out this whole camp earlier today that, dude, I had to defeat like 300 enemies because it says, oh, you have X amount of percentage left of enemies to kill. And I killed like 4 or 5 dudes and it ticked down like 1.5%. And went, oh, wow. Okay, there's a lot of enemies that I need to kill to get down to 0%. But there's a lot of archers, and I've kind of gotten powerful enough and unlocked a few new, like, combat moves, I guess you would call it, that can destroy archer towers. And so, or setting them on fire. I think I did that yesterday. I set the tower on fire, and the dude burned alive, and that was great. It was so much fun. Oh, dude, yeah. John Mahoney, who played Frasier's dad, Martin. Yeah, dude, such a great character and such a great actor. It's funny, too, because he was in Cheers. He's on one of, like, the last episodes of Cheers, I think, as this guy who did jingles. Like, he's like a jingle commercial guy. So he writes a bunch of songs for commercials. And then they use him in Frasier as Frasier's dad. And I always thought that was cool. They went back and used that actor because I guess they really liked him. But solid actor. Man, that whole show, Frasier's just such a great show. It is one of the shows, I don't know, my wife laughs a lot. But it's one of the shows that she laughs so hard at. Like, even after multiple viewings, she loves certain episodes and just how ridiculous the scenarios they get into. Oh, Eddie the dog, too, yeah. I guess that dog is like Eddie, or I think the dog's name was Moose. He's like a super famous dog, or was, because obviously he passed away. But, like, I think he won some awards and, like, holds a record for being, like, on a dog that was on the show the longest or something like that. 4th place, bah, whatever. Yes, when he's in the bathtub and they call him and they ask, like, what is your bath blending? He's like, oh, a little bit of lavender and all this stuff. And it's all super fruity. Yes. That is a great episode with the pranksters. What is it? Carlos and the chicken. We'll try this one more time because that wasn't too long of a race, and I would like to see if I could get first. And try it again. If I don't get first on this one, then we'll back out and do another race. It's just like the bummer about this game not being in 1.0 release. I really want to spend the time to do all the activities, but it's all going to get wiped when the game comes out. And I'm not a big fan of replaying games, but I do like testing out new updates. So it's more of a, we'll play around with it. And that's usually how I come to early access stuff. I very rarely do early access games nowadays just because I want to play the finished product. I don't want to continually play. But if it's a game like this where it's going to be several years of updates, and they're all going to be fairly significant updates, and it's a racing game, so there's no like story mode or anything like that, which is a bummer. I would really like a story mode. I said it when we were playing through Wreckfest 1, man. It was like one of the big things. I did like the way that they put the single player together, but just give me a little bit of story to kind of tie it all together. It would be so good. Man, that would be so great. Ah. Dude, I got wrecked on that one. Oh, I got it wrecked even more. Okay, reset. Yeah, dude. I went from like, what, 4th or 5th place to 13th. Ugh. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get first place. It's pretty much impossible now. Like, being this far back on, like, the middle laps, you ain't getting first place. It's impossible. It's one of the things with a lot of these racing games. If you don't get first place within pretty much the first lap, like, you ain't getting first place unless you are pro. It is so hard. And unfortunately, I mean, again, the game is in early access, so the AI is not completely tuned or anything like that, but it's something that I have a real problem with a lot of modern games, dude. They're designed for people that spend their entire lives in a single game, and the difficulty curve is tuned for that type of person, and I hate that. That's not how you make games. That's called like expert mode and stuff, but there is no expert mode. It's just normal. Like, there's no difficulty crank or anything like that in a lot of these games. And it's the Dark Souls effect, right? The get good. But guess what? That wasn't really how you played video games back then. You played video games by playing the game on normal or easy difficulty, or you just, in general, normal and easy difficulty. You beat the game, and then you replay it at a higher difficulty because now you have a full grasp of the controls and how the game works and functions, the enemy and the combat. I'm not a big fan of throw the kitchen sink at the player immediately. Like, let them get their feet wet. Let them really adapt to how the game is played without just being overly, insanely difficult right off the bat. Ooh, that was close. Hey, I'm in 3rd. I'm doing fairly decent. But then this is where it gets really, really hard. Like, you have to be the best player. You can't make any mistakes once you get to the head of the pack, or you'll immediately start losing all momentum, or that you know, head to head. It just sucks. It's so difficult to get first place. But you know what? 3rd place, I'm 100% good with being in 3rd place on this race. I feel accomplished with that. Yeah, there we go. Crash Day. Let's do Crash Day. Is anyone playing any other games? Like, I feel like the last couple of weeks, besides Crimson Desert, I feel like there is just no other games out right now to play. And it feels like a real big bummer. I want to play a bunch of different games, and I just feel like nothing has come out lately in the last several months. April's going to be a really good month, though, especially for VR. There's like 3 big VR games coming out this month. One of them is Little Nightmares, which I'm cautiously optimistic about. I've been really let down with, I don't know, maybe my expectations are a little bit tweaked. Not bad, but like my expectations are just maybe a little bit too off the mark. Yes. Oh, I love Destruction Derby. I could have taken that guy out. Oh, no. Do I accept challenges? I mean, it depends on what it is. What do you mean, challenge? Like, for what? Oh, gosh. I just got thrown around. I got thrown around like a cow in a twister. That was supposed to be my Dr. Phil, and it came out as just a ragnack. I gotta get into Dr. Phil. Look, you just don't understand. You're being thrown around like a cow in a twister. There you go. There's Dr. Phil. It's always the phrase, and that's one of the things with voices and stuff or characters. You always gotta get something. Look, you just don't understand. We'll try that again, because I failed really bad. Try getting 3rd place or under. You got it. Let's do 3rd place. Or at least 3rd, right? 3rd, 2nd, 1st. We're aiming for top 3. Oh, crap. Oh, that was so bad. Just run right into it. That destroyed my front. So this is one of the things with Destruction Derbies is you actually don't want to ever use your front. You always want to protect your engine. So real Destruction Derby, you are driving in reverse and using your back tail end to always run into things. Or if you're going to get hit, you always want to get hit in the back. No! Reset. Yeah, I've unlimited retries. That's true. Ah, crap. Oh, dude. So it looks like I like how my character is clipping through the door. The destruction is not as insane as the original Wreckfest, but I'm assuming they're gonna maybe tweak it. I'm not sure. I like in Wreckfest 1, you can just really destroy your car. It becomes a cube. There we go. So I'm at 49%, so I'm doing okay. I get okay, those are dead. Still have 13 opponents left. Ooh, this guy. Ah, crap. Ooh. Let's see if we can get bot 7. Yeah! Wrecked! I got 1,000 points for just clipping him after the other dude did all the work. See, that's what you do, man. Yes. T-bone. T-bone! I have never been to a Destruction Derby, and I've always wanted to. Yes. Oh, just the tiniest bit left. Reset. All right, eight opponents left. I'm doing pretty good. I got 49 health left still, I think. 7 opponents left. Oh, I clipped right through him. That's scary. I don't want to go off any jumps right now. Oh, I could have hit him. I didn't think he was right there. I thought he was behind the... Yes. Wrecked. Bot 23. Oh, crap. Need to reset. I need to reset. Get out. Okay, reset. I'm a sitting duck. Duck season, wabbit season. Bot 11. Ooh. It was good, but not bad. Oh, crap. That wasn't great. We got 45 health. So as long as I kind of stick to my guns here. Ooh. Oh, is that bot 18? Yeah. Ooh. Oh, but he got wrecked. He got wrecked. Okay, bot 11 and bot 12. Ah. We're getting them. We got 3 opponents left. Oh, come on! Are you kidding? Oh, that sucks. I did not see that. Come on, reset, reset. I did not see that jump. There we go. 2 more opponents. All right, bot 18 and me. Yeah, let's reset. Let's get out of there. Where is he? Bot 18, you're mine. Oh, is he like stuck? Oh no, he's good now. Right. Come on. The camera. The camera's kind of messing me up there. Here we go. Ah, man. Where is he? How is he getting stuck on these guys? He's like using them as shields. I hate it. There he is. There he is. Ah, that stupid jump. Where is he? I can't find him. I can't shake him. I hear him. Here we go. Jeez. Almost got him. Almost got him. Here he is. Boom. Yes! Success! You survived amongst the last 1 cars. Yee to the ha. Yeehaw! Mud Mania. Crash route. All right, let's do that. More field. Ah, that felt good. A minivan? All right. Let's do it. Let's do it in a minivan. Oh, that felt good. I am super psyched that I got that one. There's your challenge. First place, man. Hello. How are you doing? Welcome in, Lolo. Playing a little bit of Wreckfest 2 tonight. Kind of checking out the updates. Haven't played it in a few months, so. Ooh, that's a bad. It's just a bad place for hay bales. I love how muddy this is. Just filthy, muddy track. Give me some of that old mud right in my face. It's actually really muddy outside right now because it's been raining all day. Which is funny because it's been so crazy hot the last few days. Like the last couple of weeks, really. It feels like summertime, not early spring. And I was just thinking about like, okay, it's April. Do we get April showers? Like, come on, weather. And sure enough, today we got a ton of rain, which was really, really nice because we kind of need it. And it also makes all the flowers bloom and all the trees are starting to grow back too. Like everything's starting to get covered again. Nice green leaves. It's beautiful. Man, I love it out here. Are the cars random picked? Yeah. They're not, I mean, technically random, no, because it gives me the car by choice. Like, it's telling me, okay, you are going to race in a minivan in this race. And I think that's because it's like they're testing out, like, what is the optimal car for this type of race and all that stuff. But I believe when the game comes out and out of early access, they'll be able to have cars that you can pick. Like there's a garage and you're going to be able to spend points to buy certain cars and upgrade them and then use them on different races. But for right now, it's kind of like here's the default car for this track. But yeah, it's all muddy and we got a big old property and I'm not looking forward to it. It sucks because I was actually trying to mow yesterday and I wanted to mow and I started up, but it was so windy that I was like, I'll come back to it tomorrow. And then today has just been raining all day. I'm like, oh man, I kind of need to mow. But I got a big old zero turn mower, which is just super fun. Sounds so weird. I feel like such a dad. Oh crap, dude. Oh dude, that guy wrecked me. I feel like such a dad saying, yeah, I'm gonna get on my mower and I'm excited. But it's so true. Like, it's a very fun and relaxing pastime. And it's something my dad always told me is, if you gotta do something, learn how to enjoy it, right? Figure out a way that you can enjoy the task that you have to do. So mowing is really fun because it's really relaxing. I can kind of be alone with my thoughts for a couple hours. It's great. Yeah, you can use shortcuts in the game, but some of these tracks are so small, there's not really any shortcuts. You just gotta be good. All right. Well, hey, if you gotta take off, take off. Thanks for hanging out. See you later, buddy. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. I stream pretty much every night. You are always welcome. That's what I love about my streams is we just hang out and talk. Have some fun. I do need some music in this game, though. I can only listen to engine noise for so long. That's why I have to talk throughout this entire play session of this game is I need to talk and hear my voice over the engine noise because it just gets grating after a while. Whoa, that guy just took out that hole. All right, fourth place. I'll take a fourth. I don't know if we're going to finish first, but if I can get third or better, I think that's usually kind of like the goal for me. And again, I'm not going to sit here and really take it too seriously because all the data is going to get wiped once it comes out in 1.0 anyway. So it's not really worth it to like, oh, I got to get the best time. Like, eh. That's also another thing. Like, I've never been one of those high score type of people, except for in pinball. Ooh, we should play a pinball game tonight. What if we play some pinball tonight? That sounds fun. I haven't played pinball in a while. We can do, I think we might do regular pinball VR pinball is super fun, but it's not as interesting on stream. But we'll see. We'll see if chat wants VR or just flat. Either way, it's all good. Hey, I'm in second, man. I'll take a second. Third, fourth. I had to open up my big fat stupid mouth. Bought 27. Man, I was watching this video the other night, and it was about abandoned cars. And they were in Fukushima. Like where the whole nuclear disaster, or was it nuclear disaster, or was it, I think it was a tsunami, right? And no, it's nuclear because like all these cars are unable to be used because they have radiation on them. So all these cars are abandoned in Japan. Yeah, dude, that guy got totally taken out. I'll take third. If I could just keep third place. This is such a bad turn. But all these cars have been abandoned because they have radiation. Third, I'll take it. And they had they showed off a Skyline. And I remember, Skylines are like some of the toppiest tops of racing cars and stuff like that. Skylines were huge back in the day. I think maybe in like high school, like early 2000, 2001, 2002, somewhere around there. I feel like Skyline was like, if you're into like racing, like street racing, you like Skylines. Skylines are the best. And I just love the look of them too. It's a Mitsubishi, I believe. And some of the Subarus, like, oh crap, it's one of these. Okay. You know what? Let's just restart. Let's just restart. But I remember in high school, man, like the Subaru Evos or Lancers. And it's such a bummer because they don't make... Oh my gosh, are you kidding? There's a huge jump there? Wow. I remember in high school, man, like those cars were just so popular. A lot of kids wanted them for like the street racing and stuff. Thank you, Fast and Furious movies. But Fast and Furious, I take that back. Fast and Furious was in college. Like the first one I think came out in when I was in college. Or right about to go into college. Anyways, I digress. What I was saying was I'm bummed that like the Lancers and Evos and stuff like that from Subaru just doesn't make those cars anymore. Oh my gosh. Guys, on top of my hood. And it's such a bummer, man. Like car manufacturers, just everything about society just kind of like stopped. Or like mid 2000s for one, like various big reason, but like all creativity, all manufacturing, all this stuff like switched from being creative and building out like stuff to keep society moving forward, and it turned very quickly into make as much profit as possible. You're driving the school bus in multiplayer? Nice, dude. Yeah, I did a school bus race just a little bit ago. Do you have Wreckfest? I didn't know if you had Wreckfest or not. Is multiplayer up? Should we do some multiplayer? Let me know. I'm assuming it is, because like I think that was like some of the updates. They've been really trying to lock in some multiplayers. I got 10th. Let's retry that. Let's retry it. But I was never a big car racing guy or anything like that. But man, the Skyline, when I saw that the other night, I was like, oh yeah. Because one of my really, really good friends in church, back in high school and in college, he had, what was it? An Eclipse. What is it? A Mitsubishi Eclipse. And he was super into the whole street racing scene. Like, not drag racing, but like full-on street racing. He had NOS in his car. You know, he had a turbo and all that stuff. And like, it was legit. He would go out at night and do some street racing. And I remember, like, we didn't race, but I mean, we did some of those like stoplight races where you just like pull up and some other guy, you know, at 1 o'clock in the morning would be at the light. You'd rev your engine. Oh my gosh. Well, I'm dead. I'm just straight up dead. Just murdered. Those pile of cars just murdered me. But I remember my friend, he would take me out, like we would go out and hang out, you know, like kids do, college age kids do. At like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, and we'd pull up to a street light. Someone else would be there with a souped up car, rev your engine a couple times saying it's on. And then I remember, man, I've never gone that fast in a car in my life, and we went really fast, and it was very dangerous. And it was very fun. Like, holy crap, that was so fun. Oof. I love how when I'm in the air, the engine revs and like hits this like tinny like ka-ka-ka-ka-ka. I love this game, man. It's so good. It's a shame that Wreck Nation did so poorly. I mean, God bless them. They're trying. They're really trying to make that game happen. I just don't think it's something that... I don't like saying it shouldn't exist or something like that, because anything should. Like, there's a market. I want to do that again. That's just a fun race. Let's do it again. But Wreck Nation is just basically so focused on the multiplayer aspect, and I think that's the wrong direction for that game. Like, multiplayer, the number one, the map is too big. Number two, there's not enough players. There will never be enough players for that game to incorporate multiplayer in any feasible, manageable way. And for what they're doing, it's all about the crafting, like the editor, the track editor, being able to plop stuff down. Like, they're going for Skate. They're trying to make Skate 3 the car game. But it's in the blueprints of, what is that game? Burnout. It's Burnout Paradise. But the main factor is trying to be Skate 3 with dropping random stuff in the middle of the ramps, in the middle of the road to make jumps and stuff. And it's like, yeah, I mean, that stuff was fun back in the day when that stuff wasn't everywhere. You can get all that stuff in a billion different games, so it doesn't hold the same weight as it did back in the day. And I think that's one of the biggest issues with a lot of video games now is they go, oh man, remember back in the day in this one game had this thing. And it's like, yeah, but that exists everywhere now. It's the same thing with like the RPG mechanics. Like, that stuff is just so everywhere that it's not super special anymore. So when everyone tries to add that stuff in, it just kind of gets lost. And you know what? I mean, Three Fields Entertainment has made a lot of games over the last 15 years or so. And I think it's the good approach to making games as a small developer. Make a game, put it out, move on. Make a new game, put it out, move on. And they've been doing that over and over again. One more time. Once more with feeling, because I actually really like this. This probably is my favorite stage. When I was a kid, there wasn't in-game content and small transactions. Yeah. No, there was not. No DLC. We were talking about it, the other night on the Crimson Desert stream. Like the horse armor. Remember when horse armor first came around and people lost their ever-loving minds over it? People were pissed, dude. Like, what is this? DLC wasn't a term. Downloadable content was, like, technically the term. I think it got coined around that time frame. But people didn't know what to call that stuff. It was called downloads. But then they started making it purchasable for real money. And people lost it over horse armor in Oblivion. And then it just kept happening and became a part of video games, you know, just normal part of the culture. And it's such a bummer because there is a need and or reason that stuff should exist. But in the original form that it did, like, oh, dude, I was doing so well, and I just got out of place, man. That sucks. I went to nearly last place when I was in third because of that stupid rock. Yeah, games... Dude, you hit the nail on the head. Games were not made to keep people in employment. I mean, yes. Like, I know what you mean by that. What you mean by that is games aren't made to be continually worked on and make it your sole job to work on a game for 10 years or your entire career, right? Games were meant to be published, developed, published, put out, and then move on. And a studio would continue to do that. Like, that's how studios thrive, is when you build a game, you put it out, you sell X amount of copies, you make it still able to be purchased within the first 3 years or so. And if it gets really popular, you produce more copies of it. But by that time, you're producing more dude, you're on to the second or third game at that point. You're not sitting there working on a game after you've already put it out into the world in 1.0 for the next 7 years. And it's not designed, in the industry was not designed to keep people in employment on one single game for their entire careers. And that's what people are banking on, and that's why the industry is crashing. Like, take a look at Rec Room. Rec Room is a perfect example of this. It was a game or a social environment developed in 2014, 2015, came out on VR in 2016, and then spent the entire rest of its development life over or about almost a decade. And that's all they've done for 10 years. An entire decade of someone's career and life has been on one single game. And that's why the industry is crashing. And yes, I mean, they're not small by any... They're not indie at this point. Like, they had like a multi-billion-dollar company. They've gotten grants and stuff like that. So they're well off. But that's why. They said they never made money off of it, and they've spent 10 years not making money on a product. You can't do that. The only way that's feasible in real life terms is if Rec Room was bought by, let's say, Valve, and then built as an internal VR space, which is exactly what should have been done. Think about how perfect Rec Room would be as the default login to your headset and load into a space. And I've been championing this for years. When you put your headset on, you don't log into, like the Oculus Home and then go into Horizon Worlds or whatever garbage. You should put the headset on and the default location should be Rec Room. You log in and it just immediately logs you into a private offline version of Rec Room. And then you click online and then then you log into a self-hosted or, one of your friends hosted private rooms that is only available to your friends list. And then from there, you go off and do whatever you want, right? And Rec Room would have been perfect if Valve bought them or Meta bought them and did exactly that. But having it as a free-to-play option, like, if Rec Room's insanely popular, apparently. I did not know this until all this news happened because I haven't played Rec Room since 2016 when it came out. That was the last time I played it, was a decade ago. And I went, this is really cool. But again, it's not something I'm ever going to go into usually unless it was like by default. Because when I sit down and put my headset on, I usually have something I already am planning on playing. But if you default it to let the player immediately be logged into that space by default on startup, then you can grab them and have them jump into like a social hangout, a paintball tournament or whatever it is that stuff happens. It's insane. Oh yeah. Don't even get me started on Fortnite. I have a lot of things to say about Fortnite. Most of them are not kind. But also, it's not kind because Fortnite is not made for me or a person like me. However, it has changed the industry. And it's hard. It's really hard. Like, if we want to get real, like, down into the nitty-gritty, the video game industry was built for people like me. A kid, a nerd, someone who, not a social outcast. I was always fine. I was never awkward or anything like that. Fitting in, like, I was never that type of person. But I always was a nerd and I liked technical things, and video games were a really fun hobby. But this hobby of ours, I don't want to say got hijacked because I don't think that's a correct term. But this hobby of ours expanded in a way, like most hobbies nowadays, that get taken over by people who really shouldn't be in the hobby. Social media influencers, marketers, people who are just trying to make money off of it instead of enjoy the product. And that's what I have a huge issue with. And like I said, this is not a video game only issue. This is a worldwide consumer hobby issue where someone likes something and it gets enough traction that other people outside of it go, how can we exploit this? How can we make money off of this? And then you get the YouTubers that ruined the entire retro gaming scene because they would go to swap meets and retro game stores like the ones that I used to own. And instead of going, wow, This game is really good. I want to buy it, and I want to own it for my collection. Oh, this game kind of sucks. Ooh, this game really sucks. Then what they do is they make a video about how the game sucks. It gets views, they get money off of it, and then they buy up the entire inventory to say, I bought all of these things. And they ruin it for everyone. And that's the issue. It's these people who just don't care about the actual hobby, and they care about making the money off the hobby. It's such a bummer. I don't even know how that was going to tie into Fortnite, but I got off on a tangent there. Fortnite is basically just a game that got super popular because they stole someone else's idea. That's all Fortnite is, because, and this is why no one, it makes me so angry because no one remembers that Fortnite was DOA. It was Concord when it first came out. Think about that while I take a drink. Ooh, I'm getting in rant mode, man. Posers. Yes, I agree. I'm getting rant mode here, but Fortnite was completely DOA for the first month and a half. They spent 7 years on it. People made fun of it, just like Concord. They were about to close up shop, and PlayerUnknown's Battleground came out and was doing so well at that same exact time that they said, you know what? We're just going to do that. Battle Royale. Let's call it Battle Royale. Like, let's just steal the name completely. And then then they changed Fortnite to Battle Royale. And then they changed the original Fortnite to Saves the World or some crap that no one ever played. Because again, that's all Fortnite was the Saves the World content, and no one ever played it. Asterith, how are you doing? Welcome in. Good morning, Crazy Driver. Thank you. I am a crazy driver. I'm a crazy madman. I forgot we're supposed to be crashing cars here. And then, so once Fortnite pivoted to the Battle Royale, it just made buku bucks, dude. It just became super, super popular. Why? Because it was geared towards kids and not people like me who were playing PUBG, which I only say PUBG because I want to make sure everyone knows what I'm talking about. Instead of saying players, I always called it Battlegrounds, because calling it PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is dumb. That's just marketing. It's like when you go to the toy store or the toy aisle and you see all the action figures of X-Men and Spider-Man and all that, and every single one, oh man, this makes me so mad. Every single one says Marvel's Spider-Man, Marvel's Rogue, Marvel's Wolverine, Marvel's Deadpool. It is the dumbest marketing that never existed, but like they copyright everything and all the lawyers and all the other bullcrap that... So it was marketed for kids. I don't even know where I was going on with that. And Fortnite just kind of had that cartoony aesthetic. All fine and good, whatever. Kids played it. But then they started bringing in all the extra characters. Like, I don't know, they had Superman and Batman and Thanos and Beetlejuice and RoboCop and the alien, the xenomorph from Aliens, and just all this stuff that doesn't belong in that game at all. And they just co-opted it to be pop culture the game. And that's all Fortnite is now, is pop culture the game. And I just don't understand it. I do not get how that game still is so popular. Because all of those things just don't belong together. I don't know, man. It's a YouTube moneymaker. Yep, that's very true. I mean, it's just a moneymaker in general. It doesn't even matter if it's YouTube or not. People will spend money on, kids will spend money on V-Bucks, period. Looks like I had quite a few accidents. Yeah, my car is not doing super well here, but I'm still in the race. I got 4 opponents left, and I'm doing decent here. This guy should be dead. Okay, he's dead. Who else is going? This guy. Bot 26. Boom. Get out of here, bot 26. Sorry, I had a few rants in me today, I guess. I feel good now. Whew. Shake it out. I'm all good. I'm ranted out, I believe. Probably not. Something else could totally set me off. Yeah, we got him wrecked. Very true. Yeah, a lot of the like rage baiting and all of this stuff is just it's so popular because it gets views, it gets people's eyes on it. And so you get just all this junk because it gets views. So, and again, that kind of ties into what I was talking about with all the industry focusing on influencers and, ooh, my gearbox is damaged. That's not good. And all that other stuff that just kind of has ruined and cheapened the industry and our hobby in general. It sucks. It's probably why this sport exists. Yeah. I mean, Demo Derby is super cool. I've never gone to a Demo Derby before, or Demolition Derby, but man, I want to so bad. At some point I will. Like, I know that there's a few county fairs out here that do demolition derbies, but we're so busy. Like, maybe this summer we'll go to like the state fair or something, and they'll have a demolition derby. I would love that. I did get to go see Monster Jam a couple years ago with my nephews. That was really, really fun. Monster Jam was great. I love monster trucks, man. Yeah, monster trucks are just good old wholesome fun. Just like the best. And so loud, dude. It is so unbelievably loud. I remember back in the day, my dad took me to a monster truck show. I must have been like 7 years old. And they had, and go look this up if you want to know a little bit more about it. There was this monster truck called Truckosaurus. And Truckosaurus was this big robot monster truck that would kind of like morph up on its hind legs and look like a T-Rex. And it would like crunch cars and shoot flames out of its mouth. Dude, it was nuts. Where is this last guy? Here he is. Bot 26, die! Die, demon spawn of Satan! Oh, dude, yeah. So, as far as I know, like the safety requirements for Demolition Derby, they have like they build out their cars. They're all wrecked up, junker cars, and they have like roll cages and stuff so that the driver is safe. And then they're all padded, so like it's a fairly safe sport. Like they know what they're doing. They know the risks involved, like any kind of extreme, sport. But they're very safe about it. I haven't heard of anyone getting really injured in Demolition Derby in a very long time. But I also don't pay attention to it. But I haven't heard of anyone getting like insanely seriously hurt in any of the like local stuff. Here we go. I'm actually a very safe driver. I usually don't drive super fast, and dude, I am, especially out here, like, drivers, man, they go like, our speed limit is supposed to be 75. Dude, everyone drives around. Yes! Everyone drives around 95. Like, it's nuts. People are insane out here. First place. I wrecked 4 vehicles. Not bad. Thank you. GG as well. Oh, here, let's back out and go to the next one. Yeah, Wreckfest, man, this game is so good. I can't wait until it's fully done. Give me a soundtrack, give me like a full single player. I'm trying to get more southern idioms, and I just can't think of any. I'll be as happy as a clam and stew. I don't know, and clam in New England. Happy as a pig in slop. Like, I need more of those. I don't have any that I say, and I want to. I want to be one of those guys. I always want to be able to say I'm something as something. I'm happy as a pig in slop. I'm as happy as a fat kid eating birthday cake. Like, who doesn't love birthday cake? Man, what were we watching? Oh, we were watching Scrubs earlier, the new Scrubs, and one of the characters in tonight's episode was saying, "Oh yeah, you're like she was talking about how the character used to be fat, and oh, you were a fat kid, and you really like birthday cake and pizza and all that stuff." And I was like, hey, there's nothing wrong with birthday cake and pizza. Those are like the 2 best food groups. Pizza and birthday cake. That sounds like a good dinner to me. Reminds you of Carmageddon. Yeah, dude, we should play Carmageddon. So I've been working on a new schedule, and I'm really going to start trying to get back on track with the schedule, where like every Wednesday night is retro game night and blah blah blah, like we used to do. And we got to do Carmageddon at one point. I haven't played that game in years. Carmageddon is a great game. And I believe they remade one of them recently. I could be wrong, but I'm fairly positive they remade Carmageddon, or at least did a remaster, but I'm pretty sure there's a remake. It might not have come out yet. How do you make your friends waste your time? How? Yeah, I think there's one. I haven't really looked into it. I've been just so busy. And this is the thing, too, is I'm very on top of the gaming industry. Like, I have a lot of contacts still. I really keep abreast of a lot of the industry. But because there is such fragmentation nowadays, it is way harder than it used to be. There is so many indie games coming out on a daily... There's hundreds of indie games being released on Steam every single day. I mean, we're in the 4th month of the year. I think there's already been 10,000 games released on Steam. Like, that's impossible to keep up. So I try to really pay attention and keep up with, like, the biggest and latest and greatest stuff, but it's nearly impossible. And also one of the issues is, like, we don't have the industry as close-knit as we used to. Like, E3 was such a big deal because the entire industry got together, and it was 3 full days of, bam, here's this from all the big publishers. So you knew what was coming out within the 6 months to 1 year mark. But because E3 doesn't exist anymore and they just disband it, every publisher is doing their own thing. And you got stuff like Summer Games Fest, but it is just not the same. And so it's really, really hard to keep track of all these different publishers and all these different games. Like even myself, dude, I have emails upon emails upon emails about trying out different games and playtesting and all this other stuff. And I'm like, dude, this was like a month ago. I'm just getting to it now. Sorry. It is just impossible to pay attention to how many games come out nowadays. I guess you can call it a good thing in the long run, because like it's good that we have so many video games, but a lot of them are pretty rough. Like I got a few this week where I'm like, this is a mobile game. You're passing a mobile game off as a Steam game? No. And then there's some, like there's one that I was going to play tonight. I might play it later. I don't know. And I'm trying to get back into the Sims, not the Sims, City Builder. I don't know why I kept saying Sim. City Builder genre. And there's a new one that came out, and I started playing a little bit of it, and I went, this is a little more technical than I want to play tonight. So maybe we'll play it later maybe tomorrow or something. But there's just so many games coming out. It's nuts. Like the Nintendo News and Microsoft and Sony. Yeah. I mean, the three big ones, they'll do their directs and their press conferences and stuff. But it's all like random now. And Nintendo, I mean, they've been doing it for a while too. Like when they started doing their directs pre-E3, like that was a big shakeup, because it was always Nintendo, I think it was, the schedule was Microsoft went first, Sony went second, Nintendo went third on Sunday, the day before E3. So they would, all three of them would have their press conference. Microsoft was in the morning, Sony was in the afternoon, and then Nintendo was the last one. I believe that's how it went. Dude, it's been like 15 years, so forgive me if I mix that up. But you would have those big three, and they would all say it on the same day. You would just spend the day looking at the news, watching everything. It was great. Oh, dude, that guy got taken out. It was great because we knew exactly what was coming from all the major big publishers. And then the next day or two or whatever would be the smaller stuff, like the quote-unquote indies, because indies was not that big back then. And you would get like a trickle of, oh, I'm on the show floor and I saw this. I did that every day when I went to E3. I would go to E3 because it was in LA, so it was like an hour and a half from the store. And it was about an hour and a half, 2 hours, depending on traffic. And I would get back to the store after going to E3 all day, and I would just sit down with all the swag that I got, and I would start doing write-ups, or I would talk to customers in the store saying, dude, I just played this game. You're going to want to check this out. Like, this is the name of the game. It's supposed to come out this time. Like, check it out. And it was so much fun. Thank you. Yeah, I got first place in that. Sweet. Oh, Cannon Hill Run. All right. We'll try. Finish first? We'll see. Oh. Oh, yeah. There's like limits on chats and stuff. Yeah. But since we don't have that now, it's just a lot different, and it's very, very hard to know what comes out and when. Like even for April, dude, there's a solid 6 to 7 games I'm looking forward to this month, which hasn't happened in a while. Like every month maybe has like 1 or 2, but now it's like April is like, dude, Little Nightmares VR, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles VR. You better believe we're playing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on the 30th. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And there's a couple other games that are coming out, some embargoed and stuff like that. And so it's just like, man, this is a month. April's going to be a very good month for video games. But keeping track of all that is like darn near impossible nowadays. It's just too much. Too many indie developers are not under a banner. And that's kind of what E3 was. It was a banner. You put everything under one banner within one self-confined week. And dude, it was the best. And it's interesting too, because so many people, like, it was an industry-only event. And most of it was about announcements, not the actual products being released. Like, that would happen every once in a while. But, I mean, besides the Sega Saturn saying, oh, yeah, we're releasing it today. Like, that's pretty much the only time E3 really was, oh, holy crap, I can buy this right now. E3 was mostly, hey, here's this game that's going to come out. We're working on this. Get excited. But people would call it like Gamers Christmas, right? I mean, yes and no. Like, you didn't get to play very much of anything unless you went to the event and you got hands-on time with those games in a gigantic hall with like thousands and thousands of other people. But it was still super fun, and now we just don't have anything like that. I mean, we got Gamescom, we've got PAX. I think PAX is still going on. I'm not really sure. No, I don't play Magic the Gathering. Sorry, I saw that a minute ago, and I went on a tangent there. No, I never got into Magic. One of my best friends, which, funny enough, I just saw, and it's 100% legit. He's not going to win. I love him anyways. But one of my friends is running for mayor of Los Angeles. And I went, that's awesome. He's throwing his hat in the ring with, I guess, 1 billion other people. I don't know. I have no idea how many people are trying to run. But like, he's been really into politics and stuff. And so he's running for mayor of Los Angeles. And I went, I'd vote for you, even though I don't agree with you on a lot of stuff. But he was the whole reason I bring that up is he was into Magic, and he tried to get me into it a couple times, and I just was like, man, I just can't. Yeah, it's a big job. Like, he's been really into politics for the last, I'd say, decade or so. We became friends in like junior high, maybe high school. High school at most, definitely high school, but maybe around junior high. And we've been friends ever since. We don't talk much anymore. Like, I haven't talked to him in maybe about 1.5 years, 2 years or whatever. And he lives in LA. So, I mean, just never see him. I haven't seen him. I think I saw him right before I moved out here. So that was about 6 years ago. But I still see what he's up to on Facebook, and like, he's running for mayor, and I'm like, you know what? That's awesome. Like, what a cool thing to say. I mean, I'm sure I could probably vote for him because we still get California ballots all the time because California is so freaking corrupt. It's insane, dude. Like, they're so freaking corrupt that they like, clearly we live in a different state, and they mail us ballots, like voting ballots every time. Since we've moved, we still get ballots years and years and years later. That whole state is so corrupt. I was never a milk fan. Yeah, I'm just not. I mean, I like you know what I actually like? I can't ever drink it, but strawberry, like Nesquik strawberry milk always sounds like kind of good to me, but I can never drink it. I'm lactose intolerant, so it doesn't agree with me. I can't drink milk. You gotta go. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate that. Hopefully you have a great night. Take care. But yeah, I'm really proud of him because we got into trouble when we were younger. But we would mess around and stuff, and like he always seemed like a pretty decent head on his shoulders type guy, and it's really inspiring to see him take heart into certain issues and go, oh yeah, you know what, I'm gonna run for mayor. Like, what a crazy thing to say, right? But man, that is something I wish I could say or do. Like, I would love to run for office just for the fact of saying I did it. And also, like, really try and make something happen. Hey, 4th place? I'll take 4th place. I will take 4th place. At least I didn't get 5th. Okay, so let's back out and do another one. No, lactose is part of what's inside, like dairy products and things like that. And so lactose is that type of thing. And if you're intolerant, your body can't handle it. That's what that means. It's funny. I was trying to see if we could do multiplayer madness tonight. I was like, man, I don't even know. I don't want to deal with that. Give me 1 second. But I was thinking like, oh man, that would be really fun to jump back into the Minecraft server. Possibly. Maybe we'll do that next week. Who knows? Did the game freeze? Like, what's going on here? What's happening? Oh, you know what? I think it crashed. That's okay. We'll jump back into it. Whatever. Whatever. Oh, man. Monster energy drinks. Yeah. I can't do energy drinks, man. I just can't. There's just too much that just feels unnecessary. Okay, we're getting close. So we did Cannon Hill Run, right? Yeah. 4-wheel drive or forward, right? Wheel drive? Front wheel, duh. Front wheel drive unleashed. First place. We'll see. How ironic that a wrecking car game crashed. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, we should do. I agree. We should definitely do a multiplayer VR something. I mean, like I said, I bought, what was it, Forefront? I haven't even loaded it up. I have no idea what that game looks like or how it runs. But let's see if we can do Forefront next week. Maybe. That might be fun. Like even if it's for a little bit, like that's fine. I'm just like, oh man, it's just so crazy. Life is just so crazy. I don't have the time to plan like I used to at all. everything is so last minute lately. It's why I've been so frustrated with a lot of the stream stuff. Like, I really don't like going in without a plan. And that's all the streams have been for the last several months, is just zero plan. Like, I need to stream. Crap, what am I doing? Let's go live and figure it out. And I hate that. I hate that about myself. Ultimately, it doesn't matter, but for my own personal sanity and enjoyment, it makes me feel better and more in control. I guess I'm a control freak like that. Right, more control freak. I freaked your mind, man, with control. I don't know why I thought of Chris Angel mind freak. What a weird time frame that was, when like magicians got really popular out of nowhere, like David Blaine and Chris Angel, and it was just like this weird like year or two of culture that was like super into magic and illusions, Michael. Man, that was a weird time frame. But yeah, let's try and do Forefront next week, maybe. For Multiplayer Madness, we'll try and see how that works. And I've been really working on some schedule stuff today. Like, that was really nice. I actually got a couple hours in of working on schedule stuff, rebuilding the calendar. Oh man, that calendar. It was really fun when I first started doing it, but then it just became like this big, massive chore. And I was like, man, I want to do so much stuff. I am starting to not have time, right? It was like when we started moving. And since we moved, it's just like, dude, there is no time to like devote to this. And it would always be, and this is just how life is. Like, literally every time I sit down, and I've gotten so mad over the last couple of, like the last week, I've nearly had a mental breakdown, because literally, and I use that word in the most literal sense, literally, every time I sit down within about 5 minutes of working on something of my own, I get a phone call or a message or something about work that I need to take care of for someone else. And it completely interrupts my entire like work schedule and makes me stop doing what I'm doing for several hours. And then I come back to it, and then again, someone calls, phone call, message, email, text, animal, my wife, something interrupts me, and then I have to go take care of something for another several hours. And then, oh, it's so late that you need to start streaming. And it's like, oh, crap. So that's kind of why just the streams have been just so all over the place the last several months. There's literally zero time. So I'm trying to really like do no interruptions. Like I've been fairly good about that, but this week was just I almost lost it. Because it wasn't 5 minutes, it was 10 seconds. 10 seconds, I would put my fingers to the keyboard or the mouse, start opening up some project file, and bam. Ryan, we need you to take care of this. Ryan, we need you to go over here and do this thing. Ryan, this needs to happen. And I just went, oh, I'm about to lose it. I am about to go into the woods and you will never see me again. But it'll all work out someday. You taking off? Bye. See you later. Thanks for stopping by again. I appreciate it. Have a good night. Oh, man. So what was it, the last night I didn't... No, I streamed last night. A couple nights ago. I think when I didn't stream. Was it Thursday? I think it was Thursday night. We just got back so late, dude. Our Connect group got back really, really late. Or done really, really late. And I didn't end up streaming. And so I sat down and I started watching the new season of Daredevil. Daredevil Born Again. And it's such a bummer because I'm a big comic nerd, and I'm a big 80s and 90s comic nerd. And I've talked about this before, like how when the Iron Man movie in 2008 was coming out, I test screened it, I gave my opinions, and I laughed in the person's face. I said, you guys made a movie about Iron Man. Like, come on, no one's going to watch this. And boy, was I so wrong. Because Iron Man was a D-list character. At the C-list at best. But no one cared about Iron Man. And they did a really good job in the whole MCU and blah, 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 and all that stuff. But when Netflix was doing their TV shows, I remember, like, going, oh, dude, Daredevil, come on. But then, again, I was wrong because Daredevil was a really good show. However, I watched season 1 and really liked it. I watched season 2 and liked part of it because I remember really liking when they brought in Punisher. Because I love the Punisher. Punisher was always one of my favorite Marvel characters. And I felt like they did a really good job with him, with John Bernthal or whatever his name is. And then they brought in Elektra, and I just lost all interest when Elektra's storyline started happening. I just don't like Elektra. And then they did, like, Jessica Jones, which I thought season 1 of Jessica Jones was great. Same thing with Luke Cage. Luke Cage season 1 was great. But then they did Iron Fist, which was just the wettest blanket, dude. And I never watched Punisher, the TV show, from a few years ago. And I always wanted to because I liked his character. So last year, I think I was going through a little bit of a rough patch, and I stopped streaming for a couple nights, and I ended up like marathoning season 3 of Daredevil and then Punisher season 1 and 2. And holy crap, dude, I loved season 3 of Punisher. Like, that was or season 3 of Daredevil. And then I ended up really liking season 1 of Punisher too. Like, back to back, dude, that was so good. Season 2, like, it was decent, but it was nowhere near as good as season 1. So then last year they did Daredevil Born Again, and I watched it and went, okay, this is decent. Like, I'm having a good time with it. And then season 2 just started airing, and I started watching it. Again, decent, having a good time, but just a lot of the political jabs, the social commentary jabs, is just obnoxious, and I hate that they've just gone in. They have just the loudmouth speaker, right? Like, or the megaphone. They have the megaphone. No one else can talk about what they're talking about, or talk over what they're talking about. And it's just all social political commentary. That's just the laziest writing. And it's such a bummer. But the stuff that's not that, and this is the best thing about it, the stuff that's not that is really good. Holy crap. Jeez. That's what makes this game awesome, dude. Just those crazy crashes. Yeah, there we go. We got T-Bone. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Yeah, I was wanting... Oh, dude, I did not know that this thing was spinning. That is awesome. This is a cool map. I like this track. Oh, crap. Wow, already? Okay. Let's try it one more time. Oh, I forgot to put the lights on. Oh, well. That's fine. Boom. Oh, I love that. That is great. Ah, so close. Oh, no. Oh, no. I love the muffler is coming out the side and then a little fire popping out. Got wrecked. I love this game. You know what? Hold on a second. Oh, no, we should be good. We should be good. Never mind. Never mind. No! Ooh, it's getting warm. Even though it's pouring rain outside, it's like 80 degrees, dude. Or it feels like it's 80. It might be 70, but still. Like 70 degrees at like 1 o'clock in the morning and it's pouring rain out, dude. It is muggy and hot, dude. It's summer weather. It's really weird, dude. The last 2 years have been some really crappy weather. Like as soon as we moved here and then we got 0 spring, 0 fall. It's been summer and winter for the last year and a half, 2 years. Oh my gosh. Oh dude, what is this? Are you kidding? I want to just go in here. That's great. I'm trying to get it stuck Austin Powers style. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Jeez. Oh, dude. I can't imagine playing this game as a kid. Like, I really did love growing up in the era that I grew up. We had great cartoons, great action figures and toys, great video games, great movies and TV. But man, having something like this would have been the best game of all time to me as like an 8-year-old kid. Like 8-year-old Ryan would have murdered someone to own this game. Like, it's just so crazy to think that. Yeah, I couldn't even get off of that. It is just so insane to me to think that this game exists for kids. Like, any kid could pick up and play this game. And if I was like 8 years old and had this game available to play, I would never leave my room. Like, this is just such a fun, cool, unique game that speaks to me on a, like, visceral caveman style level. Like, it's ingrained into my core DNA. Like, take a racing game. Take a car game that its main function is to bash cars together. It is literally playing with Hot Wheels and just mashing them together on tracks. That's exactly what I would have wanted. Yeah, the physics are perfect. Perfect physics, and that's what Bugbear does, dude. Like, ever since Flat Out 1, dude. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for Flat Out VR. So Flat Out VR is a little interesting because it's going into early access on the 30th, which I don't know how I feel about. Number one, and I've talked about this, so I'll kind of keep it brief. Number one, it was shown off as Flat Out 1. But then and that was back in August of 2024. And we didn't hear about anything about it until, I think, this year. Like a couple months ago, back in January. We finally heard, oh, it's not Flat Out 1, it's Flat Out 4 VR. And I went, really? Because Flat Out 4 is not Flat Out. It was bought by, the name was bought by a different company and developer. They basically totally changed the physics and differentness of everything. It is not the same Flat Out as 1 and 2 by Bugbear / the people that made this game. So that kind of soured me on it a little bit, but it's Flat Out, it's VR, I'll take what I can get, right? Then they said that it's coming out in early access, and I went, but you've been developing it for years. Like, you had the trailer, which we all know trailers are, like, just shouldn't even exist. Like, they're such fake, false lies. Like, trailers are just lies in video games. No trailer is actually what the game is, or even saying that it exists. Ah, crap! Yeah, dude, look at that! Yeah, get all these people in. Oh, I love this game. I love it. I love it. Love it. Oh, my car. I ain't gonna get out of here. I have... I'm missing a complete wheel. Oh, I love this game so... Look at this. Hey, my what is that? Windshield wiper fluid is intact still. And I still got one front wheel, so I can apparently drive fairly well. But what I was saying about Flat Out 4 VR is I'll take what I can get. But the fact that it is in early access in April, like, what have you been doing? I think that... However, from what it looks like, it's a very small developer. They are doing the best they can. I will give them the benefit of the doubt, 100%. And it's weird, too, because you got to think about... Number one, these developers are people, right? And they're building their product the best way that they feel like they can. And you just have to take it one step at a time. You have to do it by case-by-case basis. Because you can look at something like High Guard or Concord or any of that crap, and you can kind of already tell the people who are in those positions, writing the game, developing the game, blah, blah, blah. Multi-million-dollar, contracts by publishers and stuff. You can kind of write that stuff off. Like, you know exactly what that is as soon as you see it. But something like Flat Out 4 VR, small developer, clearly showing they care, clearly doing the best they can, you give more leeway to people like that because they're showing their human side and their passion for the projects that they're working on. And so it always comes down to a case-by-case basis of, well, this project seems like it's in the toilet, but it seems like they're doing the best that they can, and I want to try and support people that I feel are trying to push the medium forward or trying to do something unique and different. So again, it always kind of just depends. But man, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Fallout 4 VR, Little Nightmares VR, like 3 major games coming to VR this month. And then I think there's one more that I'm actually excited about, but I can't remember what it's called. I really like that pit. I thought the crane was going to be like the cool thing, but having those little crusher pits, that's the stuff that they need to add into these levels. Like, it's nice that we got the racetrack levels, but when you add crazy hazards like the one with the canyon, like jumping over the gorge, and then if you get knocked off, you die. Like, that's so great. Oh, man. Like I said, video games are great. Ooh, that was a bad wreck. I should not have went head to head on that guy. Oof. So yeah, I'm really not sure what we're gonna do tomorrow. Like Easter Sunday, man. Oh crap! Oh gosh, he just hit me. Easter Sunday, like, last couple of Easters have been pretty... I can't remember what we did last Easter, but this Easter, I don't think we're doing anything, and it kind of sucks. It's just kind of bad timing, unfortunately. So I'm wanting to try and maybe see if I can do an afternoon stream and just like, dude, I don't know, like maybe just play Crimson Desert for a few hours. Like I've been really focusing on the story mode. Like I beat like 3 bosses today. And I really actually enjoy the bosses because they are doable and completable within 1 or 3 attempts. It's not Dark Souls difficulty where it's just like beating you over the head with its difficulty. Like that's not fun to me at all. Make me feel like I can do this on my first try. And sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. I completely lost my front wheels. Look at my guy. Look at my guy, dude. He is going nowhere fast. I wonder if I can just... Let's try and reset. Oh, I can still drive, I guess. See if we can make it happen. My poor car. Oh, man. They need to add... Oh, my gosh, I'm on fire. They need to add the whole flying out mechanic. And I think that's in Wreckfest. I think it's only in certain things. They used to have it for sure. But the flat out, like, launch yourself out of the car, dude, that's like one of the best mechanics ever. Gold Rush. All right. I think that's Fin track. Have we done Fin? Slovak Sandpit. Okay, we did Fin Cross Circuit. Is that this? Fin Cross Circuit. Okay, so Gold Rush. That'll be the last one. Oh, yeah, the Sandpit. Okay. I think we did this one too, but I don't know what Gold Rush is. Man, what car is this? Dude, the graphics, though, man. Look at how good that looks. Look how good a beat-up car looks in this game. It's incredible. Like, man, dude. Graphics are amazing in video games nowadays. Like, think back to Retro Game Night a couple nights ago, and I was playing, like, Paperboy and stuff. I want to play that Space Shuttle game again. Like, that Space Shuttle game was actually seemed like it could have been great. I just could not get those stupid launch codes. I think there's a little bit of extra lag on the emulator, which I normally don't complain about, but it felt a little extra squishy. Like I would push the button on it and then it would take like an extra, maybe 30 milliseconds or so for it to hit. It did not feel right away. So I want to maybe I'll take a little bit of time tomorrow to do a little bit of testing to see if I can fix that. And if I can, then I would like to revisit that space shuttle game, because it was crazy that, number one, I never heard of or seen that game before, but apparently it's like a total, like, legit NES game. It's been a long time since I looked at the library, though, so maybe my brain is just kind of forgotten. I'm doing really bad here. Man. I'm kind of tired of engine noises. I'm just going to say that, man. Like, give me a little bit of generic music. And this is exactly what, like, license free. What I really liked about, what was it? Danger Zone. I would really like to play. Is it Danger Zone? No, Danger Zone was the Burnout 3 Crash Mode game. I can't remember what game they did after that, because they had Danger Zone 1 and 2. And then they did Wreck Nation. But before that, they basically made Burnout 3. And that game had a really unique way of dealing with music, where you basically linked your Spotify account in-game, and then that allowed you to play your Spotify music in-game. And that was super cool. It felt very akin to the original Xbox custom soundtracks. And I miss that. I miss that so much. Those custom soundtracks were so cool back in the day, man. Dude, I had CKY and, man, what was it? CKY, Beastie Boys, maybe POD. I wasn't really into POD. I liked them a little bit, but trying to think of what other band CDs, man. If I ever grab my original Xbox out of storage and then somehow get an old capture card to work and can capture composite video, I would love to go through on a stream and play old original Xbox games and look at my installed CD list. Because I modded it so it had a huge hard drive. So I had like a ton of CDs from what I was listening to in that time frame. That would be great. That would be really, really fun. Oh, come on, man. Okay. 21. 21's not bad. All right. I think that's going to do it for tonight. My voice, I can tell my voice is starting to get tired. I really want to do the podcast. Ugh. I've been saying, this is the thing, dude. Like I said, my schedule has been so weird lately that every time I sit down and try and do something, I get interrupted. And I haven't recorded the podcast in like a month. I don't even remember what I talked about last time. but I want to do a podcast, so maybe I'll do that tomorrow. Maybe I'll podcast tomorrow. Hopefully it rains all day, so no one wants me to do anything, and then I can actually podcast. Maybe we'll do some other game stuff, but it's been fun, man. I did not think I was going to spend that much time in Wreckfest 2, because, man, there's been a lot of... there's been a few... We did 2. We did the original launch, early access launch. We did the first update, and then there's been like 2 or 3 other updates since then. So it's been really fun. I am going to call it here for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for hanging out with me. Nightmare, Zephyr, and all the other people that were hanging out and chatting for the last couple of hours. It's been fun. The schedule will go up soon once I kind of really fine-tune it and things like that. And then I'm going to try and stick to it. So if it's like a Wednesday, like let's just say Wednesdays are retro game nights, like I'm going to stick to that. As long as I'm available, as long as I can stream, I will do retro game nights. Same thing with Saturdays. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to have it, because I've been really liking the Rock Band stuff. However, I got to be very careful with the Rock Band stuff, because YouTube really has gotten on my back lately. Last stream kind of really got screwed up. So I got to figure that out, but I will probably switch back and forth between Multiplayer Madness and Rock Band streams. And if I can't do those, because the thing with Multiplayer Madness is we need more than me. And we need more than hopefully one other person. So we'll see how that goes. That's why I keep putting it off, because there's just not a whole lot. The community is small. I've lost most of my viewers again. So it's really tough to do multiplayer streams when you don't have viewers or people that want to show up. So we'll see how it goes. I think next weekend we'll plan on Zephyr and I doing Forefront. And I'll try and play a little bit of that to see how it goes first, and then we'll do that next week. And then if all things go well, then we'll continue doing it. But I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to go to bed. Take care. God bless. Have an awesome Easter Sunday, everyone. If you don't celebrate Easter, get on it, because I love Christmas. It's my favorite season, but Easter is literally like the defining thing of our lives. If Easter did not, the reason why Easter doesn't happen, like if it didn't happen, like we would all be in real big trouble. So go read the Bible, go to church, man, and just have a good time with hopefully your families and friends and all that. And I'll probably stream tomorrow. See you then. Bye.